What's good? We got another little fun video today, man. Good Sunday, Holy Sunday, all that good stuff. It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the boxing clinic, and two UK hopefuls to be world champion level, boxers. Understand that, Chris Eubank has the IBO championship belt. I don't recognize that as a real world champion belt. I'm gonna get that out of here first. He got almost 26 fights, only one loss to Billy Joe Saunders, 19 knockouts about that. Anthony Yarde is 11-0 with 10 or 11 knockouts. Most definitely at two different stages of their career. I think Chris Eubank Jr. is a contender, and Anthony Yarde is a prospect still. But let's have a little fun. Who do you believe is going to go higher? Leave it in the comment section. Post this on Facebook. We did a video about Pacquiao saying he's never been fired up, motivated on YouTube. So let's hit the link and subscribe and get those good videos. And we did one about Lomachenko and Rigondeaux, the fight that's never gonna happen, that all the hardcore and purists wants to see. But show the UK love here. I love the UK fighters, and I think both these guys have the chance to blow the top off the domestic boxing scene over there for themselves, and take the show on the road to the United States and be and potentially be dominant. Now, Chris Eubank Jr. already had a hiccup versus Billy Joe Saunders. A lot of people get mad at Billy Joe Saunders, but I think he's the most defensive sound world championship level over there in the UK. I think he's the best, as far as defense on a world championship level. But after the Eubank Jr. fight, Anthony Lee, thing, he just hasn't been, active enough, to see, how good he can be and really give you a measure stick on Chris Eubank Jr. I think if they fought again, I think it could be different, just because, Billy Joe Saunders hasn't been active. I think, Eubank Jr. is just too hyper. He's too giddy right now in his attack. He's very overzealous. He just wants it all. He wants to be so aggressive, which leaves his aggression leaves a lot of openings, and I think he needs to be more patient in his attack. He's kind of at the stage of him being so aggressive to like Devin Haney is at an 18-year-old level. Very wild, very aggressive, and a real good patient boxer can pick those holes out. Now, Anthony Yarde, he's a very, very big light heavyweight. I believe that's what he is, and he's very explosive. He uses the shoulder rolls. Look like he's still trying to perfect that. But he's a lot more, patient than Eubank Jr. Even with 11 fights, he just a little bit more patient, picks the shots a little bit more better. They're both unbelievable athletes, man. Plus, Eubank Jr. has been through the ringer a little bit. He's been through a lot more fighters on that domestic level. But Yarde is a hell of an athlete, a hell of a boxer. Very explosive. They very mirror each other in the athletic department. Eubank Jr. is just so aggressive, though, and I think if he tones it down and controls that aggression a little bit more, he can be a problem for a lot of guys. And they're both in tough divisions, but Yarde, he throws good punches. He's very aggressive, good puncher, great puncher. I think he's a better puncher than Chris Eubank Jr. is at middleweight and super middleweight at light heavyweight. But they both have a daunting test of their division. 168 is very deep, from George Groves to David Benavidez to Caleb Plant to Jesse Hart to Gilberto Ramirez. And we know the book at light heavyweight, Kovalev, Ward is the king, the Ukraine Usyk, Badou Jack, Nathan Cleverly, Marcus Brown, Adonis Stevens. You can go on. They both have a lot of daunting tests ahead of themselves, and they both are great athletes and on their way to being good, solid boxers right now. But if you had to pick one, it'll be tough. It'll be tough because we haven't seen Anthony Yarde in those tough fights. But he does look the part. So does Eubank Jr. Just because he lost, I'm not jumping off that bandwagon as well. But I think Anthony Yarde is probably going to be the better fighter, in my opinion. I think he does need to drop some muscle tone a little bit as he get older, because your bone density picks up. But I like him. He's very patient. He picks his shots. And until Eubank Jr. tones down his aggression a little bit, and if he doesn't, he gets in there with a real guy that can pick his shots and he can punch, he's a walking knockout, no matter how good his chin is. The punch you don't see is the punch that gets you. And Yarde is patient. It seems like he got a good team around him. Like he's moving up the prospect scale at the right pace. And I just think he looks the part. I think he's just going to be a little bit better than Eubank Jr. Just looking at it now, but it could change at the drop of a dime. This your boy CJ Goodfella. We gone.